video gives a false impression of what occurred in Parliament. First, it gives a false impression that issues on the Rideout matter could not be fully ventilated because Mr. Deputy Speaker would not allow a debate despite a plea by Mr. Leong Wan Wai for this to happen. If you think about it, it starts off with, in what some online commentators are calling another Sia Sway moment. What is Sia Sway? Embarrassing. So there has to be something embarrassing. What is this embarrassing thing? It goes on to say that the PSPs Leong Wan Wai and Hazel Poa are here to do whatever it takes to ensure that the voice of people are heard. And then you have that blurb which suggests that they were being shut down and a debate was not allowed to take place. Now, the video also does not indicate that subsequently Mr. Deputy Speaker gave Mr. Leong many opportunities to raise clarifications. There was a time when Deputy Speaker allowed Ms. Poa to go first when he said, Mr. Leong, don't worry, I will come back to you. Subsequently, Ms. Hazel Poa was allowed to make a clarification, and after that, Mr. Deputy Speaker said to Mr. Leong Wan Wai, I'm giving you some latitude, so ask all the questions you have. And Mr. Leong then proceeded to ask 5 questions, and it continued. And it was only right at the end, when Mr. Deputy Speaker looked around, there were no further hands, that Mr. Deputy Speaker called upon Mr. Alex Yam to give the last clarification. May I ask why such a misleading post and video has been put up?
When we put as a title another instance of Sia Sway, what is the interpretation? Who are we referring to? Did the minister assume that the Sia Sway refers to the Deputy Speaker? We have no intention of saying that at all. The Sia Sway is what people in the public has used to refer to me. But I thought I've always conducted myself with respect to the Deputy Speaker at that time. I didn't say anything in violation or anything, I think. Because I do learn from some of the exchanges I have with the Speaker, for example.
The point of order that I'm raising is with respect to the video coupled with the text in the Facebook post. They have to go together. And in this respect, firstly, Mr. Leong is the Secretary General of the party, and this is the party's Facebook, and that is why I'm directing the question to him. There is free expression in Singapore, but it has never extended to falsehoods, scandalously defaming somebody, or misrepresenting situations or facts, or misrepresenting what happened in Parliament. So I just wish to make that very clear. Freedom of expression does not allow anybody to make false statements or misrepresent things, because facts are important. Did I understand Mr. Leong correctly? Did he say that in the Facebook video, in the Facebook post, the reference to Sia Sway was a reference to him? Because the text says, in what some online commentators are calling another Sia Sway moment. So am I to understand that Mr. Leong is saying that PSP is saying that Mr. Leong and Ms. Poa have given rise to another Sia Sway moment? Is the reference to them, or is the reference to something else?
As I've said just now, my comms department specifically is using a past example about people calling me Sia Sway. Okay, so this statement, Sia Sway, on this video is also referring to me as another instance that some people online may think that is another Sia Sway instance.
I see. I thank Mr. Leong for his clarification and confirmation that the PSP video was in fact referring to what it suggests is an embarrassing moment by its Secretary General. Okay, that aside, that brings me back to the final point, which is that having now explained how the video comes across and how it would be understood, then I think what would be appropriate is for the video to be taken down and for an apology in a form acceptable to Parliament.